What happens when the doors to a long-abandoned asylum are reopened after decades of silence? Of urban explorers, curiosity led them inside, but what they found was something they could never escape, and not all of them would make it out alive. In a dimly lit garage cluttered with camping gear, flashlights, and cameras, a group of 5 urban explorers, namely Mia, Alex, Jake, Rachel, and Kevin, gathered to discuss their latest venture, the infamous Ridgeview Asylum. Once a mental hospital known for its cruel treatments, it was shuttered after a fire in the 1960s. Jake, the fearless leader, insists it's just an abandoned building. Rachel, the skeptic, warns of local legends about restless spirits of mistreated patients. Kevin jokes nervously, while Alex and Mia prepare their camera equipment, eager to capture paranormal activities for their growing YouTube channel. They set off at dusk, to the asylum's shadowy silhouette looming against the blood-red sunset. This asylum, an imposing, decaying structure cloaked in ivy and surrounded by an eerie stillness. The group enters through a broken side door, their flashlights cutting through the oppressive darkness. Dust particles float in the stale air, and the faint smell of mildew mingles with something metallic. Inside the building, peeling wallpaper reveals cryptic symbols scratched into the walls. Old wheelchairs sit motionless in the shadows, and the distant sound of dripping water echoes eerily. Kevin finds a moldy patient file, but the name has been scratched out. As they venture deeper, a cold draft makes Mia shiver. She swears she hears faint whispering, but the others dismiss it as her imagination. Unbeknownst to them, a shadowy figure flickers in the background. The group reaches the asylum's main hall, where a rusty chandelier hangs precariously from the ceiling. Rachel points out graffiti on the walls, mocking the asylum's grim history. Suddenly, the laughter fades as a loud clang echoes from upstairs. Convinced it's just the building settling, Jake brushes it off and leads them to the patient wards. Here, the air grows heavier. The group discovers old restraints bolted to decaying beds and graffiti saying, "They never left." Mia feels a hand graze her shoulder but turns to find no one there. Kevin catches fleeting movement in his camera but chalks it up to faulty equipment. The whispers grow louder, now unmistakable. Panic sets in as a shadow darts across the hallway, followed by a faint laugh. Alex spots a dusty ledger on the counter and flips through it. The last entry, dated 1962, reads, "Experiment failed. Do not release." Suddenly, the group hears footsteps coming from the direction they just came. They spin around, flashlights trembling, but the hallway is empty. Rachel begins to hear faint cries, begging for help, as if from another time. She insists they leave, but Jake convinces them to push on, eager for more footage. The group discovers a bloody handprint smeared on the wall, still fresh despite the building's long abandonment. The air grows colder, and an unseen force slams a door shut behind them. A room filled with rusty equipment and a lone operating chair bolted to the floor. The group hesitates as they step inside. The walls are covered in scorch marks, and a metal cabinet rattles without reason. Alex captures audio of faint screams through his recording equipment. Mia discovers a file detailing inhumane experiments conducted on patients. The whispers grow deafening here, overlapping voices chanting unintelligible words. Suddenly, the chair jerks violently, and the overhead lights flicker despite the building's lack of electricity. Rachel screams as the shadowy figure from before emerges, its face twisted in agony. It lunges toward them but vanishes when Jake swings his flashlight. The group reluctantly descends their flashlights, revealing walls scratched raw, as if by desperate hands. The whispers now sound like sobs, and a foul stench fills the air. They discover a makeshift morgue with rusty gurneys and skeletal remains. Alex's camera malfunctions, recording static interspersed with distorted images of screaming patients. Rachel breaks down, insisting they leave. Jake agrees, but the group realizes Kevin is missing. Retracing their steps, they find his flashlight abandoned, the beam pointing toward a sealed door labeled, "Do not open." The group hesitates outside the door, but a blood-curdling scream from within forces them to act. Inside, they find Kevin staring blankly at a wall covered in fresh writing. He belongs to us now. When they try to pull him away, the room erupts with chilling intensity. Cold wind howls with objects flying across the room, walls shaking, and a shadowy figure twists unnaturally, more corporeal and menacing, leaving a suffocating aura of dread and despair. Its vengeful wail echoes through the air. You open the doors. Now you pay the price. Jake sacrifices himself to distract the spirit while the others drag Kevin out.
The survivors stumble out of the asylum, breathless and shaken. When they look back, Jake is gone. His camera lies abandoned at the entrance, its footage showing him being dragged into the darkness by multiple shadowy hands. Rachel uploads the footage to their channel, but strange glitches reveal the spirit's face appearing behind her in reflections. Some places are abandoned for a reason. Ridgeview Asylum isn't just haunted, it's hungry, angry, and seeking revenge. It's not finished, because the spirit lies in wait for its next victim.